Hello everyone and welcome back. Today let's play some Ocean Finder game against England 6 and we're gonna play, I think we played with A and B, board A and B and C and D, I don't remember. And anyways, we're gonna start with board E and F this time. And Ocean takes board E, Finder takes board F just because, F for Finder. So yeah. Ocean Finder into England is a bit different because Finder can't make a very big dump land because England LC exists, which basically says when the land has 7 or more buildings, you lose. You have to play around that almost always, and we got board. We can choose either a sand or a sand to start. Okay, I think I would like to start on F1 to cover the inlands on board F a bit more. And Ocean can start on this land 3 actually, because it has a chance to hit the Wetland Explorer and stop land 7 build or land 4 build, depends on what we want to do, which is very nice. What if it's mountains? We cannot do too much about a mountain explorer. What if it's jungles? We cannot also do anything about a jungle explorer. What if it's sands? Sands we could try to G3 start and pull out the explorer from 6, so it's still very disruptable. Yep. And it's gonna be mountains. Well, let's see what we can do. With Ocean Finder against England, sometimes I like to early drown very aggressively to make a board as far ahead as possible. I cannot disrupt any builds by just gathering one explorer, which is kind of problematic. I can, however, try to bottom Pathfinder, because uncovering the Earth makes us able to hit the second tier of the Isolate Innate and actually isolate a land, which is not a bad idea if you think about it. I would like to try to make ourselves as ahead as possible. So maybe this is the line. So I guess we could go bottom. And where do we grow is another very interesting question. I think we don't do anything fancy. We grow to 6 such that we can take the tidal boon and push stuff into the ocean. We still open with Sir and Pass. This time we're hitting the right innate instead of the left innate, as we usually do with other matchups. And what does for Ocean do? Actually, it's somewhat tricky to both enable Finder into the ocean and enable the 0 range drowns. If I don't drown this turn, I think it's fine. I take a blight on land 2 and then try to get Finder board as far ahead as possible. Well, yep. I think that's the idea. So I'm gonna G2 start, bottom, and play Tidal, play Call. We're gonna call this before out of 4 and isolate A. Actually, isolating A doesn't do this. And isolate this 2, such that 4 now only has like 1 building adjacent, which means we don't double build. I mean, we don't. Okay. We basically the rest of phase because we don't need it, and we are in the slow phase. We have a Pax Tide, we have a Surge. Let's try to figure out what we are supposed to do. Wetland Explorer is... I think it's fine. I would like to take Tidal Ruin on Ocean to push this town through the portal into the ocean, and then also push the Dahan here, and then push them back to land 2. And I can try to defend land 2, but I need one extra thing there. I also have a 0 range drown, which I pretty much really want to make use of. Land 7 Explorer is also very spicy because we can drown them, gather them out. Land has a beast, maybe we need to take a gamble here. Also, we need to push ourselves into the ocean, probably from Zerg. So I guess I'll Zerg into the ocean, take the Tidal Ruin, and what do we do with the Path's Tide? Ocean is on land 3. Okay. I think I do both. Path's Tide, actually. Path's Tide down into this land 3. And don't move the city. Or do we want to move the city? If we want to empty this board as soon as possible, maybe we should. But not this turn, I think. Because this land 7, I don't really want this land 7 to be adjacent to many ruins. So I guess we do this. We Zerg from 3. Okay, before that, let's do Zerg first. We Zerg from 3, push Explorer. We push the Han, probably. If you want to play around culture acing, probably to land 4, I don't know. And we push ourselves into the ocean. Actually, no. I need to play around 1,000 small struggles, so the Dahan shouldn't be on this board E. Because we're already planning to push the Han over to land 2. I think we search for the Han can go probably land 4. We're not playing in around culture ace if we do this. Maybe we use adjacency like this. So we Zerg Explorer, the Han, Presence, and then we make adjacency, Tidal Ruin, like this. Also, I think that the Han is better left out here because the Han is gonna kill the Explorer, so maybe not. Maybe I just don't defend 2. I can try to defend 5 though. For a town. So okay. So now I probably need to make a energy growth to 5 such that we can settle for a grasping tide over there. And I also would like to do offer passage to get the Han here to counterattack. So I think my growth is supposed to be like this. Offer passage. And if we do waste ashore, probably not. We do this. We do that. We have a 0 range push, but I guess It's kind of premature for this. I think we'll still do that. Land 3 doesn't build, which is nice. Then Ocean probably G3s, drop the minor. We have Satway. Satway is very, very interesting. Also, non-wood fighters is like the England color. I think I'm gonna take non-wood fighters, actually, because it's more fun. And or not. Or we can just take Sap like a normal person. I mean, Root Fighters is... I think Root Fighters is too good with Ocean. Probably not. Yeah, probably just Root Fighters. And we make adjacency such that we can... and change adjacency to push there and push ourselves probably into land 1. Then we play the rest of the cards. We make adjacency again. Okay. Time to salvage. Move the Han here, I think. Or not. Let's offer passive and here. Move the Han here. Then get the and we can isolate. I mean, this isolate doesn't do too much this turn though, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. We could though try to isolate in empty land to let him not explore. Overconfidence. It's good that this card was on turn 2 because against England it was a very, very bad edge case. So yeah. And add beast and destroy the Han, which is fine. We don't lose the Han because we don't have any land. Okay. So now let's try to take a look at our board state. We successfully stopped this build, which stop it is explore, which is nice. And we have 3 ravages, have a bunch of builds. Well, we have a drown, which only drowns towns. We also have a ways of shore. I think we can do a lot with this this combo. Let me just try to think. I believe I move these 2 over here. The next turn, push them all into the ocean. And then this. So first thing we notice is that we don't have to take double builds here and here. I mean, the high immigration build, which is nice. Which means we can completely dodge England escalation. Alright. Alright. Next turn, we also have a bunch of actions. And king. I need 1 action to move these. Then 1 action to move this next turn. end this turn. We could instead use aid to move these into here instead of drowning them, which is fine. So these two are now solved. I need to... it's not very easy to execute, but I think I'm gonna have the line. I believe I'm supposed to non-resolve. Actually, no. Ways ashore. These into here. Non-resolve. These two. Make adjacency. Then I need to grow here and also play from here, which is not very easy to do. Thinking emoji. So if I do this, or we take a Blight Cascade on 4, which is also a line. Well, let's reclaim first. Gather. Don't make any adjacency yet. We could gather from here, yes, correct. And let's try to draft a minor. Probably you can solve for find some random drafts like enticing, which is nice. So let's do enticing. Let's do non-root biters. Does gather explorer do anything aside from drowning? Probably not. Okay, we're gonna play these 3 cards, which is pretty nice. So let's push this. Oh, I think I need to gather this explorer because it's gonna... Oh, it's not gonna escalate build. Alright, yeah, let's do it. Left and A, push. First of all, make adjacency. Then we put these into here. We could bring another Dahan there, I mean, why not? And we could gather this town. And we also have a Traveler's Burden, which well, probably doesn't do too much. We're just playing it for elements, which is fine. I think that's it. We are probably gonna lose some Dahan play, but we are playing into Dahan defense, so I guess it's fine. We have Lesser Spirits Imperiled, which is a very, very nice event. We probably need to forget enticing. And one of our Finder uniques. It feels sad. But it is what it is. Also need to destroy presence, that's even more pricey. But we have 3 elements. I think the element, I still like to take the ground element. This land is gonna be 5, 6. Oh, we are playing into throw contain on this land. Because we did not wasn't hit by it, which is fine. I think we have to and then finder. I think we have enough air at this point. We hit the moon, pushing more stuff into the ocean. I think it's viable. Oh, or water. I think having water is probably more fine. Water for air. Actually, no. Let's just take the moon. Destroy. Taking the. Actually, am I supposed to destroy stuff there? Let's try this again. Forget plant. Skip. Forget plant. Destroy from the 6 because this board is likely to have like nothing to worry about. Also, I'm reclaiming. Maybe I'm supposed to keep water because I can hit the isolate more easily. So, yep, let's take water on finder and also water on ocean. Okay. Push the bees to land with stuff. This board though. Gather into the Han setup symbols. Can I do anything tricky with that? Probably no. Finish gathering. Oh, we have to gather at least one. Okay. We could gather like this, I think. Oh. The double on the mountains. The blight on the second. Mountain is fourth. Alright. Everything is fine. So tidal burn goes to we have nothing to push outside of this land though, which is fine. Let's make adjacency. Then we tidal burn, push the town into the water. And then we these two into the ocean. We could actually now. Let's first of all. So, how is mountains looking? I think it's quite tricky. We take a blight here, and mountain is gonna build. Escalate will contain, so I need to keep their town building count at 3. Both mountains are not very safe at this point, so we need to do something about them. But luckily, we have the finder tag, so it's probably gonna be fine. We are gonna reclaim our finder, and let's take a minor draft. We've got cycles, which is a nice blight heal. Let's take it. And what does ocean do in this scenario? Okay. I think let's try to push half +1 from this 2 to play around at least problems on this land. Or actually no. Oh, we have definitely. Okay, maybe I wasn't supposed to push the town out of this land. Instead, we should instead push this. So now it's gonna build escalate school contained. Yeah. This land -1 building is like much safer. Okay. Push half +1 here. We probably need to draft a major on Ocean's part to play around. Okay, Trees Radiate is a very nice draft for us. Let's just take it. And we could forget. It's a tricky forget at this point. Maybe knowing root fighters. No, this card is too important. Maybe Call the Deeps is fair. And we could row to probably 2 and then push from the ocean like this. Alright. And Finder, let's just try to observe and wait to shore. Yeah, it hits both of the isolates, which is very, very important. We push half +1. No, we did not hit the push half +1. I need to play a Sun Moon card and a Moon Air card. Which is this. Now we got it. So let's go and push +1. We destroy a presence. Doesn't really matter. And oh, this land 4 is probably gonna source a lot of stuff. But then, yeah, it's gonna double build, which is not nice. Maybe, okay. Let me try not to forget that Gather Explorer card. Maybe I was supposed to still take the Trees Radiant, so get on the fighters with very, very much pain. But this card is very important for us. Let's add a presence here, with presence, like this, then play the 4 cards. Find you still play these 2 cards. We push half +1 on Hidakshu before that. Let's start with the beats. Trees Ocean here. Push half +1. Push all the buildings into the coast, into the ocean. And then we still have a Offer Passage, but I think it's not very useful at this point. I think I'm gonna move the Dahan out of this land, so we're gonna target this land, move Dahan, because we're probably gonna drown here. And Farmers Seek Dahan for aid is not a very nice event. I probably don't want the next normal Ravages Mountain, actually jungle, right? Probably don't want jungles to build, so I guess it's gonna be top. Deal damage, add blight. Oh, we don't have buildings here, so we don't have to add blight, which is nice. But on this board though, it's gonna double blight if we choose full land 7, and it's gonna lose our presence if we chose land 5. Both are very bad, but I think I like to keep our presence because presence is precious for this combo. We lose some Dahan, replace a town, that's really nice. And I think we do this. We have 1, okay. Build, Ravage, take Blight Castle as we fled, And memory phase the dust is another 3 seconds every turn event, which is bad, but you know, we kind of can manage it. Alright, time to do some slow drumming stuff. We and we ignore range Zerg, which is very nice. I think next turn we gather these two explorers to stop fills. Oh, actually this quality is very important. So we do this. The jungle double build is like solved on this board. This jungle double build though, this is a save from we already saw overconfidence, right? So the worst case we could have encountered also we also blighted, so we don't have to worry about full contain. It's just the one build and another build and escalation. That's like 3 buildings. We're gonna be at 5. We're still very safe on that. Okay, that's good news. We probably can search from this land to... the land 2 is very defendable, so I think it's not that important to try to do that. Maybe before Ocean drowns anything, we just push these over here to the ocean, and then we drop from this land 5. So now e5 is solved. We just need to defend here and gather to explore from here, and somehow move this explorer out, and then isolate this land, and then our board is going to be very clean. Well, I believe so. So it's time to take a reclaim on Ocean, and we are probably gonna reclaim loot for the rest of the game. We gather a presence from this land 3, and we gather a presence from here as well. And then we draft a... I still think we draft a major. What do we play usually? Actually, I think I'm supposed to have one more card body as Ocean, and we got Constancy, which is another card to feed Finder, so we're gonna take it. And as for Finder, I think we're supposed to take this 2 water spot at this point. I think it's time to Finder to draft majors as well. Okay, let me first try to figure out my turn. I need to hit 1 isolate and 1 push. So I need to have sound double air underwater. 1 sun is very easy to hit. Double air is a bit easy to hit. So I guess I play these 2 cards. Alright. We play these 2 cards. We hit a major draft at this point, I think. We got cast down, but we're gonna ignore that card. The rest of the cards are not very interesting, but probably gonna take Tiger's Hunting and forget Tiger's Hunting. We don't really need the hammers in this game, because our push is basically a hammer on our own. And Ocean plays Constancy, Call, Grasping Tide, and Tidalborn. I think that basically solves like everything for us, right? So yeah. We left an 8, push, like 1 explorer into here. Constancy, all of these 2 explorer. And we isolate the ocean. Grasping ocean. And we could still aid something. Aid the Han into there, I think. Okay, 3 to 2. Okay. 3 plays. Destroy 1 presence. Let's destroy it here. Ocean can destroy 1 presence as well. I don't mind taking this too. Alright, Relentless Optimism. Oh, jungle is double building, which is still fine. We're never gonna hit the LC even with the double build, so don't need to worry about that. Ravage, build, escalate, and time to Tidal Wound. Does that do anything? Finder, probably no. So we can push stuff there and then do stuff. You have Sands Explorer, so in time to deal with this 1 Explorer there. Ways of Shore. Probably I just make a portal here next turn. On 8. Jungle is gonna Ravage. So we probably need to Trees Radiate or something else. Okay. I think it's time to... Actually, I can't make the adjacency yet. Start making adjacency. Let's do that first. Then we could... Then we make adjacency again. We could replace something, which is cool. But I think Ocean is still gonna just reclaim Mook. Gather into the Ocean. Drop a major. Oh, we got Ocean Vigor or Ocean Sleep. Ocean Sleep is a bit hard to use, but we have Travis Boom if you want to. Wounded Lands is also not a bad idea. Oh well. I think we kind of lack the elements to make Vigor work though, which is kind of sad. VOC, Sleep. I think I just like to take Sleep and then let Finder help to get there. Yeah, let's take a Sleep. We don't need to do Trees Radiate, although it's a very good card. We need to do probably these 2 cards, so we can draft again on Finder. Oh, there's Paralyzing Flight. There's also Bargains. What if the answer is Bargains? We have an Earth, we have a Water, we have a Psalm, a Track. All we need to do is to play Cycles, and then we can call it a day. It's a bit slow, but it's a polar. And then we're getting Surge. Rotate. Playing these 2 cards. I think it's thresholded. Nice. Okay, but I can't redo this without making this land Flight Cascade, which we don't. Well, maybe that's another turn's, you know. What is his responsibility? We could play Call, Constancy, Sleep, Idle. Alright. Now, first of all, we make adjacency like this. Call the Galaxy Explorer. Mountain's not gonna build because adjacency. Nice. Then we move them over here, I think. Then we make adjacency the range. That's it. Constancy. mountain build, which we can't really stop. Sands build, which you don't need to stop. Let's just isolate these. Oh, alright. Time to destroy more presence, or forget a power. I think we are fine for getting power more than destroy presence. Alright, here's a little rain. Oh, we have a presence here, at least. So yeah, let's eval the drought. We could pay 1 energy on Finder, which is, you know, very, very trivial. He's down. Well, it's nice to have. Well, actually, why are they building? Because of adjacency? Oh, this adjacency is a bit scuffed, but it's still fine. I think we just move them back. And we're probably gonna strand this ocean presence here to keep using sleep and never awaken. Oh, actually, you could just tidal boom it out. Okay, that's even better. All right, tidal boom. And then race offshore sands. We probably put these two just here. The ocean doesn't have anything to drown, so maybe we can drown a city. With adjacency, push that city for ocean to drown. Well, that's pretty nice. Okay, ocean reclaims again. I think it's time to drop the miner. Teeming rivers, you don't have safe. Actually, we have a safer site. We still have plenty of presence here to destroy, which is very nice. Sam's gonna ravage. Take Teeming rivers, it's not a bad card. We sleep, Soulfist Land 3 double build issue. And we gather this explorer out. Or isolate. And, I mean, they're like exactly the same, so and then we're gonna road draft, I believe. Draft another major. So this closing, we were looking for a card to recover all of our presence. So let's grow. Jungle is gonna be fine, right? It's not gonna be LC. All the stage 2s have already passed. Blazing. Cycles doesn't do too much. Does that threshold bargains? It doesn't. What do we need? Another sun. So I guess instead of playing ways, I need to play cycles to threshold bargains and then hit the top. We also do Hulk. Does Wrestling Tide do anything? Oh well. It's probably gonna do something here. I mean, at least we need to. Alright. Maybe this and this. Oh, why does Ocean lose the presence there? Oh, that's pretty stuffed. I forgot that I lost Ocean Presence from there. Actually, I don't have to, right? Big baby meal. Forgetting trouble soon. I think I need to close the adjacency and then gather stuff into the ocean such that we still have a presence here. That would be pretty nice. Then we do sleep, tidal worm, coal, and cumulus. Then finder places a presence here, blazing, cycles, bargains. We could move our presence somewhere. Also, it's blazing thresholded. We lack a bunch of stuff, which is fine. We don't need to destroy anything. I would like to add a presence instead on this. And move a presence from here to here. Playing these cards. Well, now is the time to, first of all, make a decency, sleep, and elements. Then we call up the deeps. Gather. Some bargains. Uncover that energy spot, and probably we're going to take in air. Cycles. Doesn't matter where we cycles. Actually, I think I was supposed to play defense here instead. Hold on. Rewinding. Playing Drafting Tide. Okay, move adjacency. Defense. Gather. Bargains of PMP. Open air. Then isolate. Sleep. Change adjacency and it doesn't ravage and also doesn't build, which is like double. Cycles doesn't do too much, I'm afraid. Come to Blazing Renewal here. And then push this Ground Explorer out. Isolate again. So this board is once again, very, very soft. To add some random dots. Alright. First of all, let's make adjacency to none. To not make anything coastal at this moment. We could now destroy presence, which we have added some. Alright, destroy the unnatural. Well, that's pretty bad. Because it's gonna probably make this land ravage for a Blight Cascade, but we have some field cards. Open defense. Still Blight Cascade. He whoopses, and we have to destroy another presence on here, otherwise it's gonna cause another Blight Cascade. It is still fine, because we're like very ahead now. The LC is not gonna threaten us. We make a efficiency, take the Tide here, push the town out, push double the Han into the ocean, and the ocean moves the Han over here. Then we could drown something, which doesn't matter. Right. How are we looking? I think we can try to push for the win now. here because we're still a bit far away from winning, but one of the board is still very under control, so I think it's like not far away. I think I'm still gonna sleep here because the stand is acting 3 times. This coast is defendable. This land I probably need Finder to do something, but it's very doable. Let's take a... I don't think Finder needs any further scaling. Also, Finder can just Finder defend that, which is very nice. Maybe we can draft a miner at this point. First cry. Nice. Time to move presence into here. Then we could double gather. Solve this board again. And we need to do something about this 6. Probably wave. Blazing. Now we have... Actually, no. We need too much fire to work. I think I still play waves. Play first cry at 8 like this. Reclaim of Ocean, drafting more majors. Storm is nice. Sea Monsters is even nicer. We can make coastal on demand. I mean, yeah, it's like the best way to push for the win con. Let's just take it. I probably don't need constancy anymore in this game. Gather presence. This. You have the threshold on sea monsters. Nice. And then, do we need to defend anything? Probably no. Let's just take the deeps. Team Rivers doesn't have sacred side. We don't care about that. We just need presence. I mean, we just need to the elements. Alright, time to double gather again. Gather. Yum. Sleep and never awaken. Well, oh, it was probably a bit premature to move that presence for Finder. But instead, we could move something else to there, so it's still fine. What's this? Alright. Again, all of the deeps. Make adjacency. Actually, make adjacency here and here. Oh, it's just double building, doesn't do anything. Oh, it's still fine, I think. Let's take 8. 8 before the Han into here. So now it's like auto defended. It's still a bit off. It's fine to take a blight there, I think. Into here, I think. And first try, I mean, humble guy here, I guess. Click an element to use it. I think I'm fine. Just take Sun to play a missionary. No adjacency, thanks. Ocean. I think we're also fine to forget tidal blue because it's not going to be too much needed at this point. Can also forget cycles. Local diaspora, which is the land to be hit. I think it's that land. Oh well. It's not gonna be too good, but it's still good. Beast Sphere, nice. Just to move defensively. Push the harm from Blight. Well, this push is probably gonna be a problem because the stand is going to defend. Well, Blight Cascades and Blights again, but we luckily have enough light buffer to make use of, so it's fine. Well, coast build and then stuff, okay. Wetland. Field card. Almost to level 3. Actually, I think we're very, very close. Because we have sea monsters at this moment. Oh yeah, then I guess I just need to randomly kill all the stuff. Before that, let's make adjacency first. Let's defend the coast. First. Hold on. Maybe I was supposed to... make adjacency. Wait for there. Then so we're still a bunch from level 3. Oh, interesting. But at least the Coast Ravage is not going to do too much. So we can wait for one turn. It's not going to be too much of a deal. Let's reclaim, gather, draft a miner. Dark Entangle was... well, it doesn't matter. These cards are just for forget fodders. And sleep. Playing these cards again. Coastal Sands Wet are going to double build. But it's probably fine. Could play together. Finder, Trapping Danger. Flow is very interesting. I would probably take Flow. Let me just forget Blazing, I think. We don't have presence issues at this moment. So, Coastal Ravage, I think we have solved all the Coastal Ravages and we just need to solve the Coastal Sands and let them double build. But the wetland is still gonna be building is the thing. But I guess it's still fine. We have a bit like a bajillion ways to win this game. So, oh yes. We could play the bargains again, like this. Play low. Then try to threshold bargains with the sun. Alright. Let's first of all what's this random town do? Oh, because it has that. Okay, sure. I mean, it's very easy to solve. Let's just use binders left and 8. Let's just that out. And then we make adjacency. Gather, gather, gather. And we need to ice this land to make this land not build and ravage. We do the thing again. And so this land is very, very safe at this moment. And probably should just choose out this flow just for range. Let's show we can flow the ocean presence over here. Then we make another adjacency to sleep. Let them not build cities. Okay, let's double check if there's anything we have missed. Select none. I think we're gonna be good. Coast build. Then actually Sand Mountains Ravage. I was dumb. I thought it was Sands. It was Coast Ravage. Okay, Sands Mountains Ravage and Coast build for that. Well, okay. Let's try to think. So Coast set. I mean, we still solve like basically every coast problem, which is nice. Maybe take the flow to move these over here. Then make adjacency, sleep, isolate, stop, build ravages. This land is still gonna build ravage, so we need to isolate something else, I think. Oh, it's already. I think this is fine. Select none and just forget a power. Forget a power. Source for strip lands bare. Oh, sure. Not release. Oh, it stops another city build, which is pretty good. Place, sure. Okay. Smoothly, we are just a bit fear off, and we are winning with killing all the cities. First of all, let's make this land a coast, such that we can raise something into. Actually, no, it should be done the otherwise. Let's not regard them as a coast, and then regard them as a coast after I push stuff inside, such that we can. So it was a not very clean game because I took too much blight from events, but you know, we still have a lot of buffer on the card even after we have taken so much blight. It's still a very safe matchup. It's just that I didn't pilot this game very perfectly well. But hopefully you guys can see that in the very early game we tried to pocket the finder board very well. So well that England doesn't even have a England escalation, because escalation has to take place on the board with buildings, and once our board is ahead, we're like infinitely ahead, and then we just start 2v1ing on this ocean board. I mean, there was a lot of piloting small issues, but yeah, one of the issues is that I did not play around that specific turn of spore contains. This land had like 3 buildings, and it was building and escalating and spore containing. I think it had 4. Yeah, it had 4. I don't remember. There was one turn I was running into a spore contained loss condition, but you know, it didn't happen. It's just like 2% of a chance. Not too high. It's still there. If you have some action to play around it, just try to play around it. And well, it's not a very lucky game as well. The events are not very nice. I mean, we got rid of the overconfidence on turn 2, which is nice, and we got lesser spirits of peril, which is nice. But then after that, it was like farmers seek the hunt for aid, and this doesn't really do too much. Destroy the natural. Does that add blight? No. Local actually, yeah, it's just the strip lands up there. Oh, it was one of the Dahan pushes. Yeah, the local diaspora pushed the hunt text, made us take a blight cascade. Should have played around that. And yeah, mm, still a very fun game. As you can see, we took a different routing on Fighter. I took Earth and Car Place and then switched to for top track, like a normal top track finder. And the reason behind that is that A, we needed a isolate on turn one, which is very important for our tempo. And with Earth just gave us the second tier of the isolate innate. And the second reason is that with Ocean feeding the hydrogen like almost every turn, Finder doesn't really have a energy issue, even when it's going bottom track. And you might wonder, um, but how am I supposed to end the game or kill plastics with this without that much energy or draft? As you can say, it didn't draft like for the first couple of turns. Well, the answer is Finder can push stuff into the ocean. That is considered one way to destruct stuff. It doesn't um, need any specific draft. Just push stuff. Although you need to pay responsibility, but when it gets you ahead enough, it's just good enough. So yeah, it's a very fun game against England, and if I could play this matchup again, I probably would do better to play more specifically around certain events, not just banking on being stuff. At least this flight cascade was probably a mistake. But yeah, it's still a pretty nice game. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time.